Why do people choose to leave the familiarity and comfort of their home country? It's a question that often stirs a myriad of emotions and brings to the surface a multitude of reasons. At the heart of it, the allure of a new beginning is compelling. It's the promise of better opportunities, the thrill of an adventure, or sometimes just a simple craving for a change of scenery. But these reasons are often not as straightforward as they seem. They're a complex web of push and pull factors that draw us towards the unknown and away from the known. Imagine the allure of better opportunities. It's not just about a higher paycheck or a fancier job title. It's about the chance to grow, to learn, to challenge oneself in ways that might not be possible back home. It's about the possibility of building a life that aligns more closely with one's dreams and ambitions. Then, there's the thrill of adventure. That sense of curiosity and wonder that makes the world seem so vast and full of potential. It's not just about seeing new places or meeting new people. It's about experiencing life from a different perspective, about expanding one's horizons and stepping out of one's comfort zone. And let's not forget the desire for a change of scenery. Sometimes it's not about what's pulling us towards a new place, but what's pushing us away from our old one. It could be dissatisfaction with the status quo, a need to escape from a stifling environment, or a longing for a place where one feels more at home. But let's be clear, the decision to leave home, to uproot one's life and start anew, is never taken lightly. It's a decision that's often fraught with uncertainty and fear. But it's also a decision that's driven by hope. Hope for a better future, for a life that's more fulfilling, more aligned with one's aspirations. In the end, the decision to leave home is a deeply personal one, driven by a desire for change and a hope for a better future. Let's consider the story of John, who left his home in the United States in search of freedom. John, like many others, found himself disenchanted with the political climate in his homeland. His discontent wasn't born out of fleeting frustration or a momentary lapse in patriotism. No, it was a deep-rooted dissatisfaction that had been brewing for years. A dissatisfaction that stemmed from a system he felt was no longer in sync with his personal values and beliefs. John yearned for a culture that mirrored his ideals, one that was not only transparent and accountable but also respectful of individual freedoms. He was not alone in these sentiments. Many people, just like John, find themselves at odds with their home country's political landscape, unable to reconcile with the shifting paradigms and the ever-evolving policies. But what really fueled John's decision to leave his homeland was not merely dissatisfaction, but a profound desire for personal freedom. Freedom, a term often bandied about yet seldom truly understood. For John, freedom meant the ability to live life on his own terms, to have a say in the laws that govern him, and to express his views without fear of retribution. Embracing the expat life provided John with a sense of control he had been craving. It gave him the reins to his existence, allowing him to steer his life in a direction he saw fit. It wasn't about escaping or running away, it was about seeking a place where he could belong, a place that resonated with his values, and a place that offered him the liberty to be himself. John's journey to expatriation wasn't without its challenges, yet he chose to face them head-on, driven by the allure of freedom and the promise of a society that offered him more choices, more liberties, and more hope for a better future. John's story illustrates how the decision to become an expat can be driven by a desire for personal freedom and control over one's life. It's a story of courage and conviction, a testament to the human spirit's relentless pursuit of freedom. Now, let's examine the case of Sarah, who left her home to escape societal expectations. Sarah was an everyday individual, much like you and me. She was born and raised in a bustling city, a place where societal norms and expectations were as towering as the skyscrapers around her. Each day she walked amidst these giants, feeling their shadows cast long and heavy on her spirit. She was expected to conform, to fit into a mold that didn't quite feel like her own. Sarah was a square peg in a round hole. She was constantly reminded that she needed to settle down, get a stable job, and start a family. But she yearned for something different, something more. She wanted to live authentically, to be true to herself, and to explore the world. Yet the societal expectations at home were like invisible chains, holding her back, stifling her dreams. She knew she had a choice. She could continue to conform and suppress her true self, or she could break free. It was a tough decision to make, but Sarah chose the latter. She decided to leave her home, her city, and the worldly expectations that came with them. In her journey as an expat, Sarah discovered a sense of freedom she had never known before. She found places where traditions were different, where she could live without the constant pressure to conform. She discovered a world that offered her the liberty to be herself, to live authentically, and to pursue her dreams. Her decision to become an expat wasn't just about changing her geographical location, it was about changing her life, about choosing her path, and about asserting her individuality. It was her way of saying, "This is who I am, and I won't let conventional standards dictate my life." Sarah's story shows us how the decision to become an expat can be a form of self-expression and a way to escape societal expectations. Finally, let's look at the case of Maria, who left her home in search of new opportunities. Maria was not running away from anything. Instead, she was running towards something, a vision of a life she knew she could create if given the right opportunities. Maria, a talented software engineer, had always dreamed of working in the tech hub of the world. She had a burning desire to be part of the cutting-edge technological advancements that were shaping the future. However, her hometown lacked the opportunities she sought. The tech scene was nascent, and the companies there were not involved in the kind of work that excited her. Maria realized that to truly realize her potential, she would need to step out of her comfort zone and move to a place where her talents could be put to better use. And so, she made the daring decision to become an expat, to move to a country known for its thriving tech industry. Maria's decision was not just about her career, it was about personal growth. She wanted to immerse herself in a new culture, learn a new language, and experience life from a different perspective. She believed that these experiences would not only make her a better software engineer, but a more well-rounded individual. The move was not easy. It came with its share of challenges. There were days when Maria questioned her decision, when she missed her family, her friends, and the familiarity of her hometown. But she held on to her vision, her conviction that she was where she needed to be to grow both professionally and personally. In the end, Maria's story is not just about the pursuit of better career opportunities. It is a story about ambition, about the courage to follow one's dreams, and about the desire to grow and evolve as an individual. Maria's story demonstrates how the decision to become an expat can be motivated by ambition and a desire for personal growth. It shows that sometimes we need to step out of our comfort zones and embrace the unfamiliar to truly realize our potential. So, what can we learn from these stories? As we've journeyed through the narratives of various expats and digital nomads, we've seen a tapestry of motivations, dreams, and desires. Some have sought the thrill of a new beginning, the allure of the unknown, while others have been propelled by a hunger for personal freedom, a yearning to live life on their own terms, away from the constraints of their native societies. We've met individuals who have felt stifled by societal expectations. They found the courage to break free, to run away from the mold that was cast for them and carve out their own path. These brave souls have shown us that sometimes running away isn't a sign of weakness, but a testament to one's strength and determination to live authentically. And then there are those who have been drawn by the promise of new opportunities. They've embraced the challenge of building a new life in a foreign land, armed with ambition and a vision for personal growth. They've shown us that expatriation can be a powerful catalyst for self-development, a journey of discovery that pushes one to reach their full potential. In essence, the psychology of expatriation is as varied as the individuals who choose this path. But at the core, it's about a desire for change, a need to redefine one's life, to shake off the shackles of familiarity and comfort, and venture into the unknown. It's about seeking something more, something different, something better. But let's not forget, expatriation is also about hope. Hope for a better future, hope for more liberties, more choices, a place to truly belong. It's this hope that fuels the journey, that makes the challenges and uncertainties worthwhile. Whether it's a search for freedom, an escape from traditions, or a pursuit of new opportunities, the decision to become an expat is ultimately a deeply personal one, driven by a desire for change and a hope for a better future.